Okay, we're going to use what we know about simplifying radicals. Remember, if we take the square root of something, if we can get any of the numbers in there to be squared, then the squared part will go away and the value that was squared will come out. So if we can change 128 and rewrite it as factors that has a square involved, well, 128 is 2 times 64. What is the square root of 64? The square root of 64 is 8. And so that's the result. Let's look at 98. Well, 98 is the same thing as 2 times 49. A to the fourth is the same thing as a squared squared. Or a squared times a squared would be another way to write that, although I kind of like this better. So now the square root of 49 is 7, and let me rewrite that as a squared squared. Then an a squared gets pulled out because the square root of something squared. So let's see. In this case, I pulled out an a, and a 7, and then a times a is a squared. All right, that's it for this one. Okay, kind of fooled you. I didn't stop this because such a short video. I just decided to keep going. Okay, so sometimes you're going to have a number in there that you don't know easily if it breaks down to stuff, to perfect squares. So then you can do a factor tree. So I'm going to pull away this. And what I noticed is I know 4 goes into 52. If you don't know that, you would actually break this down to maybe this. 2 times 126, then 2 times 63, then 9 times 7. And then look at, we've got 2 squared right there. So I know that it breaks down like this. 4 is a perfect square, 9 is a perfect square, 7 is not. So I write it like this. Well, the square root of 4 is 2. The square root of 9 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. And the square root of u to the fourth is... Oh, that's funny. I wasn't even paying attention. So this should be a u. And this should be a v right there. What a goofball. All right. And so it simplifies. You can tell what our brain does. I was looking at this a over here, I think, when I was doing that. So this simplifies to 6 u squared v squared square root 7. All right, so now we have a coefficient in front. Well, that's okay. It doesn't change anything. It's just that when you pull numbers out, it'll be negative 7 times whatever comes out. All right, so 125 is the same as 25 times 5, so there's our perfect square. A cubed is the same as a squared times a. So there we have it. Square root of 25 is 5. Square root of a squared is a, which is what I wrote right there. So now we have negative 35a square root of 5a. All right, now that's it for this one.